Autumn is here. The weather has changed, it's more rainy and more cold. And with that cold and dark can come depression. But we don't want to be depressed because we don't have the time to deal with things like that, okay? We need to thrive and achieve our goals and be happy. So in this video, I want to talk about how to make autumn more aesthetic and get the vibe and how to vibe with the weather outside so you don't feel any sadness. But before we get into the video, if you want to support me and my channel, you can do so with just one click, and that is on the subscribe button, and watch this video till the end. Thank you, because I wouldn't be here without you. So watch all the movies that you know will get you into the vibe. We all have some movies that always remind us of autumn and we feel peaceful when watching them. For me, it's the Twilight Saga, the first 3 Harry Potter movies, and I think it's called Hubie Halloween on Netflix. And also, I literally love the Scream movies. The first one, excuse me, I remember watching it for the first time and absolutely falling in love with it. The aesthetic, and it's really giving the autumn vibe. And it's not too spooky, and it's pretty interesting. But let's be honest here. All of the movies are pretty predictable and it's almost the same every time, but I think it's a good choice for a movie night. I personally don't like the really scary horrors, so that's why I would recommend the Scream movies. Because you're not really going to get the vibe and the aesthetics from some hard and really bloody horror movie. Let's be honest here. Just find some day, have some comfortable movie night. It can be by yourself or with someone you feel comfortable with, and just enjoy the movie. You can make yourself some hot chocolate or buy a pumpkin spice coffee or bake some cinnamon rolls. Also, the process of baking cinnamon rolls can get you into the vibe, if you understand what I mean. You can play some movie during it. I've seen many TikToks of people baking cinnamon rolls, and there was always some Halloween movie playing in the background. Be creative and make the atmosphere as cozy as possible. But also remember that it doesn't need to be perfect, because nothing is actually perfect. Just so you don't push yourself too hard to achieve something that is actually not even achievable in the first place. Switch to an autumn playlist. Listening to songs we have connected with autumn in our mind is probably one of the most effective ways to get into the autumn mood. It doesn't have to be a whole playlist, but only a few songs that we add to our everyday playlist. For me, my most favorite autumn song is Roseland from the Twilight Saga, and I can't get enough of it. And trust me, if you'll go for a walk and see the colored nature while listening to autumn music, you will get the autumn aesthetic vibe even if you didn't want to. Because remember, autumn can be depressing, but if you change the point of view, autumn can become your new favorite season of the year and you can start enjoying it to the full potential. While listening to music, you can read some book. I like reading on my iPad because I like to get books for free on the internet and save money this way. Also, I like having only few little lights on in my room and lay in my bed with a book. But you can go to your favorite place in your room if you have the plush bed, if you know what I mean. You can literally, again, be really creative. But you can go to the bookstore and find some new books, because the feeling when choosing a book to buy is just so good. And also, it's really aesthetic to go in some bookstore, search for some books and again, get the vibe. I personally like and always go for some fantasy romance books. What I would recommend from some of the books I have read in the past few weeks is Throne of Glass. It's like a fantasy, it has some romance in it, and to be honest, the first book was a little boring sometimes, but the second one is much better. I read 2 books of the series and it's pretty good. But I don't have the time right now to read as much as I would like to, because I have school and job, and at the end of the day when I come home I don't have that much energy. Even right now I'm reading more books to school, decorating your home or your room. This is probably my favorite part about autumn and winter as a whole. There are literally so many decorations on every corner of the mall, and you can find some pretty good deals if you try. Right now, all of my autumn decorations are on the way because I decided to order them online, but I am so excited to see them in real life. You can decorate your home more spooky and more designed for Halloween, or you can keep it very neutral and focus on colored leaves and dry grass. Hope you know what I mean. And we can't forget about getting some candles for your home. This is where you don't want to save money, because one high quality candle is worth much more than some 3 candles for the same price that were actually cheaper, but there is a high probability that the cheaper candles will be of low quality and won't last much. But of course, the price doesn't have to be a sign of quality. You can find even some low quality candles for high prices, so make a little research before buying some expensive candles. For example, the Yankee Candle brand is very good and worth it. I can recommend it from my own experience, and the candles last a long time. But don't forget that decorating your home doesn't have to be expensive. There are many decorations available in thrift stores, or you can find some cheap decorations in normal shop. But be creative, enjoy making decorations, because this can also help you with your mood. Again, you can watch some movie and during it creating some decorations for your home. Because if you just will have your home more decorated and more cozy, it will feel much better. By the way, what is the color of Halloween and autumn? Orange and brown. So go and search your whole house and try to find as many orange things as possible and decorate your house or your room with them. With just random colored blankets, you can do so much. You can decorate your bed or your sofa. Trust me, when it comes to blankets, the word enough doesn't exist. I personally like to have as many blankets on my bed as possible. The only downside of this is that when you have to make your bed in the morning, it takes much longer than it would in normal. Another good tip is to wear clothing according to the season. I personally love wearing coats and leather jackets, which are kind of a trend right now. I know that orange is not the most used color nowadays, but if you have something in that color, try to think of some outfit with that piece of clothing. Or the next time you will go shopping, try to find some autumn pieces. You don't have to buy like whole new outfits, but only a little change will make a great difference. Go out and explore new places. Sometimes we live in a city and we don't even know what good cafes are near us. Try new locations. I personally love to take walks in the city and even the nature. Explore places you've never been to. If you live near woods, go and find new paths. Of course, always be safe, and going alone can be a little dangerous, but also it has a little magic to it. So if possible, take someone with you, because it can also be much more fun than going on your own. There's nothing more aesthetic than seeing the nature in all those colors and walking on, fallen leaves and, just enjoying that vibe. So this is the end. And I just wanted to say that autumn can be depressing because the temperatures are suddenly low and the nature is starting to look more cold, prepare for the winter. But with just few changes in your everyday life, autumn can start to feel much better. If you liked this video, give me a like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.